Stewart ready yet?
Yes, sir.
I'll see him now. Well, Stewart?
Well, Warden?
Time's up.
That's right. Graduation day.
Yes?
Well, don't be so grim about it. This is a festive occasion. Isn't it customary for you to make a little speech of some sort?
That's the usual thing, yes.
Oh, please don't disappoint me. Oh, Warden, please, surely there's some kind thing you can say.
You think so, wouldn't you?
Aren't you supposed to tell me that you believe I will return to society a better citizen than when I left it? And aren't you then supposed to present me with $10?
Well, here's the $10.
Thank you. Warden, I hate to dash off like this,
Just a minute, Stewart. Sit down. Stewart, when your parole came before me, I wasn't sure that in approving it, I wouldn't be committing a crime myself. And then I met someone. Someone whose faith in you changed even my mind.
My lawyer?
No, Stewart. Someone very dear to you. Someone's here now to take you home.
Here to take me home? Who?
Your mother.
My what?
That's right. All right, Mother. You can come in now.
Tony. Tony, my dear boy. Haven't you got a kiss for your poor old mother?
Oh, sure, Ma.
That's a sweet boy. He was always such a darling. Even if he was a little high-spirited.
I'm sure he was.
Always in and out of trouble. Why, I remember the day he broke a window. Only 11 years old.
Well, every boy gets into that kind of a scrape once in a while.
And this window was in the bank.
Oh, Mother, I think we should leave now. We have so much to talk about.
Yes, I'm sure you have. Now, it's very nice to see you, Mrs. Stewart. And remember now, we're counting on you.
Oh, and I can never thank you enough for all your kindness.
Don't mention it. Good luck, Stewart.
Thank you, Warden.
Goodbye. You can go right on out.
Fine. You'll call off the screws. Oh, dear me. Those gangster programs on TV.
Oh, of course. I'll tell the guards you're coming through.
Goodbye, and thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Warden. Thanks loads. There we are. 10. Have it on the government. Ma, let me have a good look at you. That's an incredible outfit. Whose mother do you think you are, Whistler's?
Never mind. I got you sprung, didn't I?
Oh, I'm sprung all right, but you can frighten the horses going around looking like that.
Oh, I'm full of surprises today. Get a load of this.
Hey, that's a collector's item. Very good. It's always best to keep in practice every day. Home again.
I'll just put this in the safe and be with you in a minute.
All right.
Hiya, stranger.
Well, Mervyn the most.
Nice to have you sprung, Tony.
Ah, it's good to be sprung. Hey, what about dinner? What's coming? You no idea how much I missed your cooking.
It's a surprise.
Well, how about a drink, huh? Celebrate my coming out party?
Right away.
Oh, I'm pooped.
I see you've done some redecorating.
Oh, just a couple of things here and there.
Couple of things. New drapes, and this magnificent piece. Straight from Mr. Chippendale himself, I'd say, judging by the broken pediment.
What do you mean broken? I paid 8 C's for that box, and the guy's name was Goldberg, not Chippendale.
It's supposed to be like that. Now, Thomas Chippendale, 1718 to 1779, was the man who designed and carved that beautiful bookcase. The broken pediment was something that he used often during his work. In fact, he was so fond of it, it became a sort of signature.
I had a cousin like that once. A real artist. He was in the habit of putting a wart on Jackson's nose. So the trade would know who done the plates. Pretty soon the T-men found out, too. My cousin, he poked 10 to 20.
What a fascinating anecdote. Has a moral, too. If you want to forge ahead, don't change the features. Oh, I'm sorry, Ma, that was terrible.
Serve, Merv.
Thank you. Well, here's with a cup of plenty. May we drink from it from here on in.
Tony,
Mm-hmm.
the cup of plenty.
Hmm?
We're down to the dregs.
I suspected as much.
And you're not worried?
Not at all.
Yeah, but where do we go from here?
To the mother lode, I hope. Sit down, Mervyn. Now, tell me, does the name Pembroke convey anything to either of you? It doesn't. Let me refresh your memory. Hiram Pembroke was a multimillionaire who died about 20 years ago. His daughter, a spinster, is his sole heir. There was some mix-up over the will, and she's only just come into all the money.
Hey, things are looking up.
There's a catch. This woman wants to give the money away.
That's a catch?
Wait a minute. Is this the dame I read about in the papers who wants to give all her money to charity so she can be poor and happy?
Exactly.
Happy and poor. She must have snapped her cap.
She's an oddball. Shuts herself up in the family mansion. So ugly she won't even let her picture be taken. Must be a real spook.
Well, be that as it may, under the circumstances, I might be prepared to make certain sacrifices.
Now, what about this charity dodge?
I have a plan. I'm not quite ready to divulge it yet, but suffice it to say that I can think of nothing more charitable that this woman could do than to give all her money to us.
What a gesture.
I'm Susan Pierce, Miss Pembroke's secretary.
Well, thank you very much for arranging my appointment.
But I didn't.
I beg your pardon?
I said I didn't arrange an appointment for you with Miss Pembroke.
Well, there must be some mistake, because when I called you, you said...
I said that Miss Pembroke would be very happy to have you come here and talk about the charity that you represent. And she would. You may give the complete details to me.
Miss Pierce, I feel sure that Miss Pembroke would find the details of our project much more fascinating at first hand.
Well, perhaps there is some mistake. I'll have Dinks bring your hats.
Oh, no. Well, look, talking to you would undoubtedly be well worthwhile.
Very well. We'll go into the library. This way, please. Please be seated.
Thank you. I must say, I find it fascinating that so much responsibility is in the hands of such a young and lovely girl. You have such charm and poise.
Thank you. I also have a master's degree in business administration. And one of the very first things I learned in acquiring that degree, Mr. Stewart, was to stick to business.
I get the message.
Suppose you tell me the name and nature of your organization.
Well, it's called Halfside. And as you have probably gathered, it's a home for children. Our little brothers and sisters range in age from a few months to 12 years.
I see. Well, just where is Halfside located, and when can I make a visit?
It's in the country. It's not far from here. Are you susceptible to colds?
Well, I'm not susceptible, but...
I wouldn't recommend you coming for a day or two. The children are all coughing and dribbling. You know how they are.
Oh, I see. Well, tell me more about the children. Are they orphans?
Yes. Some by birth and some by circumstance. We care not about the background of the children. You only want to know that they need a home and loving kindness.
What about your financial condition?
Rather poor at the moment, I'm afraid. I spend most of my time trying to bridge the gap between what we have and what we need.
How long have you been at Halfside, Mr. Stewart?
All my life. You see, I am Halfside's first little brother.
Oh.
Well, I know how busy you are, and I have some calls to make.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stewart, for telling me about Halfside.
You would be doing our little brothers and sisters a great favor if you'd tell Miss Pembroke how badly we need her help.
I know she'll be interested.
You could do me a great favor, too.
Yes?
Have dinner with me tonight?
I'm afraid that's quite out of the question.
Oh, I just wanted to tell you more about Halfside.
Oh.
Of course, it would have to be Dutch.
Oh, yes, of course it would.
Well, some other time, maybe.
Mr. Stewart?
7:30?
All right. You know, I think I love Italy best for giving the world spaghetti.
No credit to China?
China?
Yes, Marco Polo introduced spaghetti into Italy after a trip to China in the 13th century.
Well, bless his heart.
Oh, bless half his heart. He also introduced gunpowder.
Where did you acquire all this fascinating information?
My mind is a vast store of absolutely useless information. Do you know that whales have no teeth?
Really?
No, they just open their mouths and go roaring around the ocean like giant vacuum cleaners.
Oh, Tony, you're mad.
No, I'm enchanted. That's the difference.
I think we've strayed off the subject. Tell me some more about Hearthside.
Outside? Well, we feel that it's such a wonderful idea. And it saddens us so much when we realize that because of lack of cash, it might...
Well, Tony, I'm afraid Miss Pembroke's fortune isn't nearly as large as people think.
It isn't?
No, you see, whatever charity she decides to give the money to, they'll only receive about $400,000.
$400,000? Well, that would be a great help.
I hope it works out for you, Tony.
Susan, what happens to you after Miss Pembroke has given away all her money?
Oh, another job, I guess, until I find what every girl wants.
A home and kids?
Mm-hmm.
I wish you all the luck in the world. Let's go dancing.
Tonight?
Yes, I know where the best band in the country is playing.
But won't that cost a lot of money?
We'll put it in my expense account. Here we are. You like it?
It's breathtaking.
What would you like them to play? The band leader's a friend of mine.
Oh, then I'll leave it up to you two. He must be a very good friend.
Who's that?
The band leader. It's beautiful.
I'm beginning to think more of him all the time.
Tony,
Mm-hmm.
I have a surprise for you.
What's that?
It's about Miss Pembroke. She said that I'm to visit Hearthside on Saturday. Colds or no colds. Isn't that exciting?
Well, that's wonderful. In 3 days.
Got it. I know a con man in Philly, a midget. We have him round up a couple of pals, see, and we dress him up like they... Oh, he's a fairly young-looking midget.
Why don't we just forget the kid angle? Turn the place into a loony bin. We got plenty of material for that.
Wait a minute. That may be it.
The loony bin?
No. You said this place, this house. This will be Hearthside.
Here? You are nuts.
What about kids?
Oh, we'll get some.
Oh, no, we won't. I've been at a good straight confidence game all my life. But if you think I'm going to get mixed up in anything as low and crooked as kidnapping, you're crazy.
That goes for me, too.
And let's think. Mervyn, how long is it since you've been down to your old neighborhood, down around East 4th Street?
I don't know. A couple of months, I guess.
How many kids are there down there who'd jump at the chance to live in a house like this?
I guess nearly every kid on 4th Street.
And how many parents wouldn't even miss them if they spent a few days up here?
We'd still be taking an awful chance. What if one of the kids tipped over the pie?
Well, we must just get them up here ahead of time and brief them.
Well, I'll try anything once.
That's great. Now, Mervyn, get in the car, go down to East 4th Street, and pick up a really good bunch of needy kids.
Car? I'll need a Black Mariah.
Ma, you start getting this house ready. We can get some folding cots from an army surplus store, and I'll get a sign made.
How much time will we have?
3 days. Do you think you can get it ready by then?
We can try.
3 days with those kids, this place will look like bikini.
Mervyn, you must learn to look upon the bright side. This plan has only been in operation for a few minutes, and already there has been one really happy development.
Like what?
Like I now have lunch with Susan Pierce and tell her that Saturday will be D-Day.
D-Day?
Dollar Day, we hope. Welcome to Hearthside. Plenty of candy for everybody. Now, steady. Think of the... Oh, now, don't... Oh, please. Oh, do something. kind of a whistle is that?
Police whistle.
Chain it to your arm. Who do you think you are, Santa Claus in reverse? Hey, come out of here.
Hearthside. Oh, Tony, it's just lovely.
It is now. I knew it needed something. Hey! What's going on? I didn't know this was Indian country. Whoa! All right, I surrender.
Surrender nothing, paleface. I'm gonna lift them rough.
Oh, but that's inhuman.
He's right, Joe. Let's just burn and get some brush. Okay. Hey, Dickie, pipe the hack. Bigger than Rocky Canazes. Yeah. Wonder whose mom that is.
Let's be polite to our guests. Dickie, Joe, here is Miss Pierce.
Hello, Joe. Dickie.
Hi.
All right, now run along, braves. Oh, should we go in?
Wonderful.
Come on in.
Hi there.
Hi.
Simply adorable. And so young.
Oh, we have all kinds. If you don't see what you want, I'm sure we have it at the downtown branch. Who's winning?
Hi.
In here, lad.
You flip in the chicken
Where we get the chicken?
from the butcher. Just ask him for stewing chicken.
Well, what'll happen when he asks us for money?
Does that thought haunt you, too? Maybe you better let me take care of the butcher angle. And after the chicken, you put in the vegetables.
It's like Christmas. Every day is like Christmas here. Mother Baker, how long will we be able to stay here?
Well, I'm not sure, dear.
Mother Baker, this is Miss Pierce.
Oh, Miss Pierce, hello. I'm so glad you're able to visit Hearthside at last.
I'm glad to be here, Mother Baker. I've looked forward to meeting you and the children for what seems like months. Tony's told me so much about you.
We've heard a lot about you, too. I'd like you to meet some of our little sisters. Lois, Patty, Melinda, Sally. This is Miss Pierce.
How do you do? Hi.
How do you do?
Where's Mervyn?
In the living room with some of the boys.
In the living. Well, I think we'd better go along.
And we'll go back to our cooking lesson. We're so happy to have you here, Miss Pierce.
Thank you, Mother Baker.
Thank you, Mother Baker.
So this Sherwood Forest is really a big territory, see? And it's operated solely by one guy, a hard apple, named Robin the Hood.
All alone?
Nah, I mean he's the leader. Now his #1 gun is a gorilla who's so big, they call him Little John. Now, Robin and his mob are doing just great, hijacking the king's deer.
Look, shall we go and see some other things? There's a lot of other things to see.
Oh, but this is wonderful. Telling a classic adventure story in a language today's boys can understand.
So Robin takes the swag that he and his mob pulls from these capers, they divvies it among the poor.
Gee.
Yeah, he's all heart, see? Well, things is running like clockwork until one day, bang, he runs smack into a cool dame called Marion.
Why does there always have to be a dame?
Al, every guy since Adam been asking that question. Right, Tony?
Oh, now, come along this way. Now, at the
Anyway,
end of it...
Robin goes weak-headed over this, Joe. Business goes to pot. And finally, in desperation, he goes to Friar Tuck.
Oh, Tony, thank you so much for letting me see it all.
Coming, you come often, won't you?
Oh, try and keep me away.
So, okay, Magua. Bath time.
Oh, come on, Tony. I had a bath yesterday.
Ah, that's the floor of this paradise. We have one every day. What's happened to the last of the Mohicans?
Who?
Deer Slayer.
Looking for me.
We'll have to try and lure him into our water trap, too.
You go ahead, Tony.
All right. Goodbye. I'll call you tomorrow.
Wonderful. Bye, Joe.
Bye, Miss Pierce.
Ah, no. You come with me, huh?
Bye. Dickie. Oh. Well, what's all this? Oh, come on, dear. Tell me what the trouble is. Did Joe play too rough?
That ain't it at all.
You're happy here, aren't you, Dickie?
Yeah? I ain't never been so happy.
Well, then what's wrong?
Well, a couple of days from now, I have to leave here and go back to 4th Street.
Back to 4th Street? But why would you have to do that?
Because then Tony and Mervyn and Mother Baker won't need us no more.
Won't need you? But I don't understand.
How many of you kids like chocolate ice cream?
Hey!
You like chocolate ice cream?
I like it better than anything in the whole world.
Do you? Look, you can't have chocolate ice cream except for dessert, can you? You can't have dessert except after dinner, and you can't have dinner till after you've had your bath. So, bath time. How many of you kids want to stay on here at Hearthside?
Guess it really paid off.
Yeah, slick operation.
$400,000.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, we got no towels.
Well, then get the towels.
Okay.
Coming. We've gotten kind of involved, haven't we, Ma?
We wasn't supposed to tell anybody. And now I've even done that.
Oh, there, Dickie, don't you worry about it.
Gee, Miss Pierce, I never had a real home before. I wish I never had to go back.
You don't have to go back, Dickie. You don't ever have to go back.
I can't believe it. I can't believe that money would do this to anyone. To use the hopes and emotions of little children.
You're going to get your bath, huh? I'm sorry you had to hear that from him. I was looking for you to tell you myself.
Tell me what? Another lie?
It may seem strange to you, but Hearthside is becoming the first honest thing I ever did.
Honest?
Yes, honest. Well, from now on, anyway. I meant every word of it when I told Dickie that this could be his home for good. Well, come and see us in a year or so. And come just as you are. Leave all that money at home. We'll make out.
I bet you will.
How are we gonna pay these bills? Look at this. Eggs, laundry, milk.
Same old cry. All we need is money.
Where's the tripper, Tony? This is the first time you've ever had any trouble turning a fast buck.
First time I tried to turn a fast back the honest way.
Rough, huh?
Rough. I've knocked on so many doors, I got water on the knuckles. No, it's not going to bring in the kind of money we need, but I'm going to have to go to work.
A job?
They go hand in hand, Mervyn. I'll get it.
There's trouble.
And 9 to 5, it's wearing a blue suit.
Hello?
Hello, Tony. I've had some time to think over what you told me, and, well, I guess I've been guilty of some deception, too.
Susan Pierce or Sarah Prentice, huh?
You knew?
I guessed. You might call it a natural talent for spotting a phony.
Tell me about Hearthside. Do you really think it'll work?
Of course it will. It's got to.
Well, what will you do for money?
I'll try and find some half-witted heiress or her gullible secretary.
I'm going to put that money into a trust fund for Hearthside.
That'll make you poor.
Yes.
And me eligible?
Very.